Good morning, friends. Up and at 'em early, getting in my cardio. But today, on this episode of Walk and Talk, I want to dive into the writing side of things. I work with a lot of fitness and supplement companies, writing their content, writing their copy. And I think some of this content will be beneficial, not only for those companies out there that are trying to build their website, build the traffic, increase their sales conversions, whatever the case may be. It can work with any small business. It doesn't even have to be in the fitness, the health, and the supplement niche. But people are saying, oh, well, blogging is dead. SEO is dead. Now, Google had some recent updates as of March 2024 that absolutely shook up the SEO game and websites in general. And, some people are saying it's bad, some people are saying it's good. But they're really cracking down on AI. You have different websites, bigger brands, the Forbes, and those types of websites that were ranking for things that really just didn't make sense. For instance, Forbes puts out an article, the best washing machines of 2024. How does that make any sense? Why would that be something that they would write about? Well, it's because they used ads and they would sell the products. So they would have affiliate links within the content. And granted, they would make a boatload of money. But they were working the system. They were leveraging their site authority. And pretty much anything that they would publish would rank on the first page because of their site authority. I mean, they're 90 plus. So Google went back and said, hey, we're going to start penalizing people who are pretty much just scamming and spamming with content. And what they did was they penalized these websites and de-indexed those pages. So any website that's not a coupon site, but they're promoting that type of stuff on their web pages, they got wiped. Now, Google didn't go in and delete the page. What they did was they just de-indexed it. So when somebody would search, it just wouldn't show up in the search results. So what can you do as a marketer, as a business owner, as a blogger? What are some ways that you can build up your blog? Google isn't exactly nice to bloggers these days. They're looking at e-commerce sites and putting a lot more emphasis on those types of websites. So Google wants legitimacy, authenticity, and e-com seems to give them those check marks. While bloggers, they look at as, they really don't have the authority yet. They don't really have the trustworthiness. Now, caveat that with, if you're a big blogger, you have a big following, Google's cool with that. But these smaller blogs are like, man, I can't get anybody on my website. Well, first off, if you just started a blog, you're in the sandbox phase. And that's where Google, they're trying to figure out what you like to play with in the sandbox. Meaning, look at your topical authority. What are the topics that you're trying to cover on your website that would make you, the go-to source for that type of information? After several months, Google will figure out what you're doing, your topic, what your site's about. Are you authoritative? Are you putting out good content that brings value? And then the almighty Google will let you out of the sandbox. However, again, as a small blog, a small website, even a small e-commerce site, Google isn't exactly just going to toss you on the first page and say, good job, buddy. We'll toss you on the first page because you put up an article on whatever topic. Right now, the SERPs are extremely volatile. Things that, in my opinion, would be ranking aren't ranking for people, and vice versa. And people need to diversify how they get people over to their website. If you're just looking at it as, I'm going to publish something on my website and cross my fingers that Google is going to rank it, you can't just simply do that. It's not going to work. So you have to diversify your traffic, and that comes from building an email list that you can email out to your customers, telling them about a new blog post that you put up, teasing them a little bit. Again, that comes into the copywriting aspect of it. How can you word your email to entice somebody to click that link and go read the article? That's something that I help many brands with, increase their open rates and make things fun. If you get an email from a company and it's boring every time you open it, guess what? They're gonna unsubscribe, put you in the junk, and that's ultimately gonna hurt how many people get your emails and how many will get them in the junk folder. So you have to diversify. Emails, social media is an absolute must. Again, social media is kind of like Google, trying to get picked up and shown. Places like Meta, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, the other platforms like LinkedIn, X, Pinterest, TikTok. Those all are fantastic ways to drive traffic, but especially with Meta, you got to pay to play. This isn't, many moons ago where you could post on Facebook and all of your friends and all your followers would see what you posted. Now, a very, very small percentage of your posts are ending up in their feed because they have that pay-to-play model. And look, you can do that. There are some people who are just like, man, I'm not going to pay for it. It's not worth it. Especially if there's no CTA to it, where you're not trying to monetize something. If it's just an article. Obviously, when I work with my clients, every single piece of content is going to have a CTA to one of their products or services. That's an absolute must. I'm never going to create a piece of content that's not going to help build sales for my clients. Why? I feel like I would be doing a disservice to my clients if they were paying me and there was nothing on the back end of how they can make more money. So obviously it's not a blatant product or service pitch in the content, but usually at the end it's oh, hey, by the way, we do X, or hey, by the way, we can solve that issue with this product. The details are blah, 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 blah. Click here to check it out. So I recommend figuring out what social media channels your customers and your target demographic are on and double down on that. I'm not saying you have to go to every single product page or every single social media page and be posting. Find the ones that make the most sense for you and leverage those first. You might just want to start with one. If you're a product-based business, Instagram might be the place to be, or Pinterest might be the place to be. So learn everything you can about those social media platforms, how to get attention, how you should make your images, so on and so forth. And once you get good at that, then maybe start the next social media platform. Whether you start with Instagram, you build that up, then you go to Pinterest, you build that up, you go to Meta. Now, have all those accounts ahead of time, because there are people out there who will look for brands and they'll create accounts with your brand name just so that you can't get it. And then when you want it and they contact you, they'll be like, bro, like, you have my brand name. What's the deal? And then those people will be like, oh, yeah, you're right, I do. You could buy it from me for X amount of dollars. And that's how a lot of people, I don't want to say scam the system. They're just getting ahead of the curve with what you would need. And they know that you're going to want that profile name. But you got to diversify. Google is not exactly being kind. If you can do video content, that would be ideal as well. But for this video, if there's one thing that I want you to take action on, it's not only to start creating content for your blog or your website, but to start diversifying where you get your traffic from. Don't rely strictly on Google to be there and think that they're going to rank you on the first page. You're going to get thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of views on an article. You got to diversify. So whether that's giving your marketing team another thing to work on, which is social media, or you hire an agency, or you do it yourself, just start building your social profile, build your following on these platforms, and get people from there to head over to your website. But if I can help you guys in any way, you have questions about content, copy, SEO, how to build traffic to your website, how to convert more sales from your sales pages or blogs, feel free to hit me up. You can put it down in the comments. We can chat down there, or just head over to weikfitness.com, WEIK fitness.com. Click on contact us, shoot me an email, and I'll do my best to help you guys out. But with that being said, guys, hopefully you found this helpful. If it did, do me a favor, hit the like button. YouTube doesn't exactly help push small content creators, so it means a lot. And if this is the type of content that you're interested in, I'll be doing much more of it, since that's kind of my wheelhouse. With the writing service business of Weik Fitness, I also have Writing Rebels, which is another writing service business. If we can ever be of help, let us know. But if you like the content, you want more of it, click subscribe so that you never miss one of these pieces of content. That being said, guys, hope you guys are having a fantastic day wherever you are. I appreciate you being here with me on this Walk and Talk episode. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.